like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know, how do you handle the nasty neighbors? Yeah. How do you handle it? But I'm so happy with that police. The police handled the case very well. They were so calm. If other police, they will be aggressive too.
That is how it had to be. Yeah. You don't need to fight. Don't fight with anybody. Just leave to delay and take it. Actually.
Yeah, this police was so calm and they handled, especially there was one a little bit taller. This guy was handling it very well. Not aggressive, speaking nicely, slowly. I really liked it. It's if my country or police can behave like this policemen behaved, I'm so happy the whole world. Hello our subscribers, thank you so much. I am married and David has gone to visit his friend in the farm. I am a Kenyan based in Spain, coming live from a small town called Rota. In case you are new here, please consider subscribing to our channel, David and Mary. As you can see, I am walking on the street. I want to see our house is close here, and I will tell you what happened in this house few days ago. During Christmas Day, we were not so happy because of what was going on around, you know, with our neighbors at the house or in front of our house. Especially it has happened to me, it has happened to David. We were just keeping on, not knowing if we have to be aggressive again or no. But before I go into more, let me go and show you just the house. I will show you from outside, then I will find somewhere and sit, then I will talk about it, what happened. Let's go into this. Kindly like, comment, subscribe and share. It's our street. As you can see, it's called Calle Velázquez. Let me zoom. As you can see, that name is Calle Velázquez. All this street until down there is Calle Velázquez. And our house is just close here. Our house is just close here. So this story started in the month of, it started the whole of last year. Things have been happening here. And we were just keeping quiet, thinking, trying to figure out. But it just exploded a few days ago. And we just kept quiet. So a few days also things happen. I want to hit them somewhere. I want to show you. So I will show you number 9. That is our house number 9, as you can see. That is the houses that's going on the apartment up. If you see here, we have this garage. This is not for us, but the whole of this block, as you can see that, until up. David grew up here. He was born here, and he has been living here all his life. So recently, I was attacked, and this guy here, the one who buy here this house, that door, this one, he called the police on me, and he was demanding for stupid things that he can just solve by calling David, you know. So this is his house. He buy this house and this balcony, this garage, he buy from the family of David. And me and David, we have been living in this house. When you see the window here, I zoom this one. We have been living in this house. And the next house over there, that house is for the neighbor who bought that house also from the auntie of David. So I will sit somewhere and explain to you what has been happening the whole of this time while we are in this house. So as I was saying, I'm gonna sit there either in the house or in the park and talk. This guy is working in the military. I don't know where the wife is working. They just moved here recently. I was here when they moved here and they start making renovation, start doing things. So of late he's attacking David because he want the roof of the house, and he also wants David to move away from that house because he want to buy it. Okay, more about it I don't know, because that is the property of the family. David was born there, grew up there, he's still there. And when the parents separated, David could not go and keep on following the father because the father went ahead and married another woman. So David, the way David told me, he went there, he followed the father for some time. After he got accident, then he had to come back because it was so hard for him to stay when he's not working, and he was sick. He told me he had a very bad accident during that time. So I will sit in this park, this beautiful park. I'm gonna find somewhere and explain to you just briefly what I know and how he attacked me. It's not the first incident. This thing has been going on several times, but of late he has been so aggressive. I don't know why. And yeah, he doesn't see David of recently. That is why he's so aggressive like that, So in the month of August last year, David's mother was not feeling well, and eventually she got admitted at the hospital, El Puerto de Santa Maria Hospital. And the family, we had to go and stay with her. At least we were making exchange, one to go 2-3 days, then come home, and another one to go. So I was in the house during that time when David was in the hospital, and just one day I woke up and I found the guy had printed a lot of papers and glued it everywhere in the block. So I wondered how, because I'm there in the house. Yes, if I'm in the house, I always close the door because I don't know people here, how they behave. Some of them I've seen they are aggressive, some of them are good. So I just opened the door and I saw a paper printed and glued on the window. I didn't want to read because it had a lot of words. What I did, I took a photo and sent to David on WhatsApp. Then when I went downstairs in the entrance door, I find also the paper there printed and glued on the door. I called David this time. I asked David, what is happening? Because I see there is a lot of glued paper and it's like someone is demanding you need to give the way to the roof. So David was so stressed until I regretted why I had to send to him such kind of paper. But for me, I just needed elaboration because it's so strange. You just find someone glued the paper on and put in the apartment. You don't know what is going on. So I told David to read about it and understand very well before taking action. So during that time, David was in the hospital, and then the following day, I had to go and release David from the hospital. Then I let David come home. When David came, he decided to remove those papers and threw it, because David thought it is just stupid thing, so that they can talk. So after that, it just ended like that. The following day, he came back and glued extra paper again, other papers there. This time, David didn't remove, just left there, and we went on with our normal-ish life. So that time when the mother of David came from the hospital, we decided to stay with her because she was having a problem that she was feeling dizzy and fall down. So we didn't want to see her having those accidents, falling down. Maybe we thought maybe we can leave her in the house, and she ended up falling down, and no one is there. So we were like, we didn't want to leave her alone. From that time, David doesn't want to come in this house really, like to do something there. He just come little bit, take whatever he want, and he prefer to stay in his mother's house and relax, not to feel stressed, and also because the mother is stressed with the sickness, and her daughter also is in USA. She had some issues there of accommodation, so it is all stressed together, and that's why they all prefer not to be somewhere they have attention. So it's me who always come here to check what is happening, to open the house at least to get fresh air. Sometimes I clean there, I arrange things there, and then I go back in the house of the mothers of David to spend there the time. So in most cases, the whole month of August, we were going to the beach, we spent time there, and then we come take a bath. We go to the mother of David, stay there until late, and then we come back in this house. So one day I went there, and the way this guy was looking at me, I asked David, surely what is happening with this man? Is it normal? Is he normal? Is there something wrong that is we don't know? So David tried to explain to me, he's normal, but he's just greedy. He want David to leave the house, and he want to buy it. Because the house is of the father of David, and the father went long time ago. So David has never wanted to abandon the house, because this country, immediately you abandon your house, there is someone who will invade your house and stay there, and you will never get back that house quickly. Even if you go in the court, there is nothing they can do to that person. Maybe even they can tell the person, you have 5 years more to stay here, and then you move, So David was like trying to secure the house so that no one can invade it. After that month of August, he has been looking at me. Sometimes he wants to talk to me. I try to pretend I don't hear him. Sometimes when I just go there, I open the door, you will see him beeping on the fence of his house. He wants to see who is opening the door. And I try to tell David, no, it's better I will be using the camera when I go there. So one day he did like that, beeping on the top of the fence, and I showed that I'm recording him. He stopped. Another day he went there again. At that time I didn't have phone close to me. I didn't record. Another day also, I was leaving that house, so when I was going to the street, he stood on his door, his gate, and he was looking at me. So I took the phone, my pocket. When I wanted to take the photo, he went back inside his balcony quickly and closed the door. He was running away from the photo. So in the month of this, I don't know, it's August, September or October. I just saw David was not happy, and I thought, what was going on? I asked David, were you fighting with someone outside? Because there is a coffee shop here, coffee restaurant. David liked to drink their coffee with his friend. So this guy, this neighbor of David, he found David there and he started abusing David, talking to him different things, telling David how David is like a pork. So David didn't want to be aggressive. So from that time, David doesn't want to meet this man, you know. And I accept, because if they meet, either it's going to be a fight, which is going to end up going in court. So I try to tell David, please try to invent some things so that you don't go into many issues. Because this country also, you know, we have some things, you might think they don't do some things, they follow the law. Sometimes they don't follow the law here. Like this is a military and David is not a military. Maybe he have people he knows in the court and they will just bungle the case. Even if he's wrong, no one will listen to David. They will only listen to him because they see he has money, he's a civil servant's worker, and they will put more trouble to David than David will put trouble to him. Been just looking at me like an enemy, but I never said anything. I just look at him and keep quiet. This last December, in the day of Thursday, the week of December, just before Christmas, we have some pots. You know, this country, people like to plant vegetable in the pots, in the roof, in the balcony, so that they don't buy. So we have some pots. We were planting some vegetable. And when he started having issues, we paused planting vegetable in those pots. So this guy decided to take those pots and brought in front of the door. Yeah? And I wasn't in the house. I didn't know what is going on in the door, because I knew he is on the roof. I don't know what he was doing on the roof there. So he took these pots and brought in front of our door. So when I was leaving the house, I found a lot of pots in front of the door. Yeah. Then he came quickly and he started like he want to shout to me, "These pots are for you, you keep in your house." I told him, please, if you have an issue, go where you have to go, in the court or in the right place, you demand. But if you find these pots are disturbing you, still you can take them and put where they have to be. Leave them in the roof, because the roof is not yours until David don't leave this place. This roof is not yours. And if you want to handle the family matters, it's better you call the father of David, because he's the owner of the house, you know. And David always tell him, if you have a problem with the house, please call my father, because he's the owner of the house, not David. I'm a woman and I don't want to go into family matters. I came in the house. I told David, this thing and the thing is happening. How are we going to handle it? So David also felt so bad about it, and I told David, I'm a woman, and if he's continue being aggressive to me, I'm gonna go in the court and demand. Or when he will do such a thing, maybe he want to be so much aggressive moving towards me, I'm gonna scream and people will come and then I will demand. He want to do something to me, he want to beat me. So David asked me if we can go in the police and demand him. I told David, at the moment, just leave it, because we need to have a Christmas and we need to enjoy. We don't need to be unhappy during this festive season. So David accepted. So few days ago, was it on, I don't remember the day, but it's like around 3 days ago, I went back in the house. We have some tomato in the terrace. So instead of we buying tomato, I normally go to get their tomatoes that are ready so that we can use. Immediately when they saw me in the balcony, they started shouting at me, "You abandoned the house, you do this, you do this." I didn't answer them because one thing, the guys don't speak English, they don't speak English, only Spanish. So they told me they are going to call police. I didn't say anything. So I took what I wanted, closed the door, and left. And in the front of that balcony door in the terrace, there is somewhere he was repairing, so he has messed up, and somehow when it is raining, the door is entering the house. So when I told David, no, David, you have to go and make this place to avoid water entering in the house. David said he cannot because this man, this neighbor, is the one who messed up that place. And since we are looking for a house to move, he will not make it. I looked for a good plastic and blocked in that door so that whenever it is raining, the water can just drain, go on that paper, and then they go in the right direction. We have a pipe, it can go there. Little did I know that this guy is jumping from his house and then he jumped to the terrace of the David. So he jumped in that terrace and removed this plastic. Then I asked David, why is he removing? Because if he's removing, then the rain goes in the house, then it will start leaking on his house again because his house is down. David said he doesn't want to know about that. So I stopped. And the same few minutes, even 5 minutes was not finished. I'm just closing the door going outside. I'm meeting police on the way in the door. So the police had to stop me. I asked, what do you want? The police said they want to talk to me. I told the police, listen, I speak English. If you are going to speak with me English, I'm going to listen to you. But if you want to speak Spanish, I don't understand all Spanish. I can answer you very well in English if you speak English. These police don't understand English. So I called David. And then I told the police, you can speak to David. They spoke to David, and David agreed to come and meet them. So while David was speaking to David, these two neighbors, the man and the wife, were so aggressive even in front of the police. So it was just a small piece of tile that was leaning like it want to fall on the window. So when the police told David this about this, David said, no, this is just because this house is very old, it's more than 50 years. So David agreed to go and remove that piece. Then David told, okay, I have removed, nothing more. You can go, I don't want a lot of cases here. But still, the man and the woman were still aggressive to David in front of the police. Then this police handled this case very, very well. But they were pulling one policeman to listen to them more than these people can listen to David. This one policeman asked him, what do you want? You are complaining of this piece of tile is going to fall. He has removed. What else do you want? But still he's aggressive to David. You don't maintain the house. You don't do this. You don't do this. So they ask him, what do you want? Explain to what do you want. If there is some big issue, can you go in the court and demand? And he knows very well he cannot go in the court because that is not his house. It's just because he wants to buy the house. That is why he's so aggressive like that, and he wants to frustrate David to leave the house. Because David has heard him telling other people also somewhere that He went to the court. He wanted David to surrender the roof. And the court told him that they cannot do anything to David because David was born there, has grown up there, and so there is nothing they can do until when David will leave the house. If he wants roof, he can take when David will leave the house. And that was it. So he's just having anger over this roof, anger over the house, going, breaking some things, taking the ladder and jumping on the terrace of the house of David, which is not good. That's like trespassing, yeah. But David kept calm because David doesn't want to talk about it. So recently I told David that I asked David if he can talk to his father, then if his father can accept, we pay him money slowly by slowly. And as you know, houses are very expensive here in Europe, and especially this part of coastal region, the houses, the price is so exaggerated. So I wanted us to get money and pay the father of David slowly, even though David is not like he want to live in that house anymore. He says he's so tired here. He has passed a lot while he was in that house, so he just want to move away. But on my side, I was thinking because it's the family property, we can have a lawyer, and then we have a written agreement. We pay money slowly, and through bank also. But David was no, we just have to find our own house, which is okay. I accept that, because even to have a neighbor who is like this man here is so bad. You can't relax, you can't feel comfortable. And in all those things he has been doing, he has been, even when we are sleeping, you will hear him walking on the roof in the middle of the night. And David has to go to work, which was so bad. Even David asked him what is going on. Sometimes he's coming in the middle of the night and put on the music, yeah. So we just agreed with David, okay, let's look for another house, yeah, so that we can leave that house. But still, looking for a house to rent here in this coastal region is not easy. You can spend years looking for only a house to rent. Yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard. I feel so bad about this thing. Most of this town, people don't want to rent their houses because they get a lot of money during summer. Summer they charge a lot, and if they calculate all that money, what they charge during summer is more than what if they rent a house to a person who is want to stay there for long term. Doesn't get that money, but for only 3 months or 4 months, they get 2 times what they get when the person is renting for 1 full year. So most of them, even if they want to rent for you the houses here, they will tell you they are renting for the house from the month of September or October, but when it comes the following year, June, you have to leave the house. And this is so uncomfortable. If you want a long-term house, you cannot renting a house, then the following year, June, you have to leave the house because they want to rent to the tourist. Right now, I just left that house because I started listening to him going on the roof or coming down. I don't know what he's up to, because the other time he called the police because I was in that house. The police finished, and I don't know what next he gonna do. It's just upsetting. So I will leave this video here, and I will wait for David. Maybe he has something he want to say about it, or maybe he will gonna comment on something, then I will edit the video. Maybe you guys, you can give us, you can just try to comment something that you think maybe there is an alternative, or maybe you have passed through this kind of thing, such kind of a neighbor. you can tell us how you handled it, yeah? And don't compare here, like here and Africa. In Africa, maybe you can get a house to rent quickly. Here we have a lot of people who are looking for house to rent, but they don't have, they don't find. Or maybe if you find a very big house, which is so expensive according to your to your to your manner, you know. Houses are very expensive here. So I will leave it here. Kindly like, subscribe, and I'm gonna extend the talk to David when he come back from his friend farm, so that he can say something about it.
The house was from my family, all the block. My grandfather was building. And when the sons and the daughter was getting married, he shared everything with the children, with the sons and the daughter.
Sound, remove the words.
And finally, recently, my uncles and my auntie are selling the house. Say someone are buying the apartment close to the my one, and the house down of my grandma. My uncle take it, but from his wife is died, and he have all the house. He leave for the son, and the son decided to sell. And this new neighbor is like my cousin. They are people who always have everything that they want from children. The father give. They just have to cry, and the father give.
Because if we can say maybe we talk to your father to buy that house, and so that we don't have all this situation. How do you see it?
First, my father even don't want to listen to me. Even if I say even if I have money, I'm sure he don't want to sell the house to me. And even if he accepted and we buy the house, we're gonna have problem with this stupid neighbor.
So
It's only to be in problems.
So it's just better to move away.
So, because if I buy the house, I want to retrieve it. The space here is removing from the enter. The how was the roof before, and that is only fight all the year in the court. It's better to forget that people leave that house. And how much money do you need to repair the house? Oh my God, it's tired.
Yeah, the house is very old and.
Before how I live, you just have to make it. That is broken. But now he put the water outside the wall. So you have to make a hole and put the water inside. That is more expensive.
Okay, so like what I needed to ask. So it's just better for us to go away and leave this man away. But there is one thing, David. Just tell to our subscribers, how hard is it to find a house here to rent?
Oh, here is almost impossible. Don't have house for rent, and if you have the lucky to take someone, not only gonna be so expensive. Now it's a faction here. In the summer, you have to leave the house because they want to rent for the foreigners are coming in the summer.
Foreigners.
Because they ask 3,000 euros for all the summer. Maybe only 2 months or 1/2 months that people have holidays, and they will ask 3,000 euros, and they want to take that. So you have to live in the summer the house. Where I gonna go to sleep in the beach? And you have to pay more than 500, 550, the small one, 600, 700, something more better. And if you want the chalet, oh, forget. 800, 1,000, 1,200, depending how much big. If you have the lucky to have, because it's so difficult.
And if you want
I remember before, some years ago when I was more younger, in the summer or even in the winter, sometimes you can walk around the town and anywhere you see for rent, for rent, for rent. Now, I think even the factory are not making that pictures because nobody use.
No one is renting a house. Everyone is waiting for summer. Mm. So, and how much if you want to buy a house here, how much can you buy? Just tell to the subscribers. Is it cheaper or how is it?
Nothing is cheap out here, especially because this is a town close to the beach. It's very small town, and don't care where you go in this town, it's close to the beach. How much? Much more because the military bases there is cutting a lot of the, even no 1 kilometer from the, much more far from the beach, 1 kilometer. And even it's no.
Yeah.
All is expensive, just depending if it is apartment or chalet and how much big is it. But everything, even all the house with 1 room or 2 rooms, gonna be expensive. Had to be half destroyer to be cheaper, and that is better don't buy.
Because you will have a problem with that
Yeah,
house.
come to still drawing, and you have to change the water, the electricity, everything you have to change. Finally, you have to destroy all the house and build a new again. So it's better to buy the place, your plot, and build your house. Here, it's
Wait, I talk a little. So, so guys, as David is saying, like how this man has been aggressive to me and to him on the street.
yeah,
Everywhere he meet David, he's aggressive. For me, when I go in that house, he's so aggressive. We still have all our things in that house, and
yeah. In that case, it's better to don't give attention because the only you want to get a problem with the police. In the
not a family member. And yeah, that's how it is. That's the kind of people you can find. Everyone think the Muzungu are all of them are good. No, some people here are
oh no,
completely different. I have been in this town for some time, and I can tell you, people here, very few people are good, and
only
other
few people. The remaining, oh my
other
God,
people are so different in this town.
selfie people. Too much
Yeah,
selfie and
very
fake people.
selfish. Whichever the case, you will find one is good, one is
Even
different.
someone who's come from outside, from other country, finally they are changing same like this.
Yeah, some people also change. They come here from other places. They are not Spanish, but when they buy properties here, they see the behavior of people here. They start to behave like the people who live here or who are born here. So that's how this country is. I'm not sure if it is the whole country because I've been to Madrid.
No, not in everywhere.
Madrid, everyone is minding his own life, you
Even
know.
here in very close, in everywhere have bad people, but no, it's not same. I don't know, it's so different.
Yeah. So, guys, I just wanted to talk about that because it irritates me a lot, especially someone I don't know is just aggressive like that. I feel so upset. I feel uncomfortable when it comes to that one. Yeah, that's the situation. And I didn't want to have bad Christmas. I didn't want to have bad New Year. But this happened. So kindly like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. David is just as you see him like that. He doesn't have a lot of problem, or he never talk a lot. He's just so calm like that, and whenever there is a problem, David doesn't want to go in
Yeah,
places with a
I believe
problem.
on God and I need to hear the revenge.
He doesn't want to get involved into more issues.
No,
Yeah.
I was problems with other neighbor before, and I has been still in my house like a prison 11 days because we finally start to fight. I had to pay or stay 11 days arrested in my house.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. This town, the best thing you can do is to buy a house. And if you buy, better you buy a chalet, but not apartment.
It's so nice to
Yeah.
visit in the summer. Come with a lot of money, rent a hostel, enjoy the beach, enjoy the town, and go back.
Yeah. You can buy, they can buy, but it's better to buy a chalet than an
If you
apartment.
buy something, live here, rent, and go away.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we reach at the end of our video. Kindly like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know, how do you handle the nasty neighbors? Yeah. How do you handle it? But I'm so happy with that police. The police handled the case very well. They were so calm. If other police, they will be aggressive too.
That is how it had to be.
Yeah.
You don't need to fight. Don't fight with anybody. Just leave to the lay and take it. Actually,
Yeah, this police was so calm and they handled, especially there was one a little bit taller. This guy was handling it very well, not aggressive, speaking nicely, slowly. I really liked it. It's if my country or police can behave like this policemen behaved, I'm so happy the whole world can be better. I'm so happy for this police. Yeah, I congratulate them a lot. Thank you so much. Kindly subscribe, like and comment. We say thank you and bye bye.
bye bye. We love us.
We love you.